there was something left which I did not finish this afternoon. So that is it. So this time, during this retreat, the Kadampa of 4 deities, so many of us here would have received the Kadampa 4 deities initiation, the Janang from Buddha Compassion, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, I think a few years ago, here at this place. His Holiness has kindly granted the permission to practice of this, the Kadampa 4 deities. Then the commentary on the Bodhisattva, like that. So during this retreat, it's to repair kindness to His Holiness Dalai Lama, having granted this initiation. So to something to make it worthwhile from our side. So that's one purpose. Along with the lam-rim meditation, which makes it pure retreat, the meditation recitation of the deity. And the other thing is to dedicate the retreat for as soon as wishes to succeed. So we do this retreat for fulfilling as soon as holy wishes. And particular, of course, that is of course, our practice in lam-rim and doing this meditation on the Guru devotion and the renunciation put it to the right view, and they're doing meditation on these 4 deities, trying to develop our mind in the path to enlightenment. Of course, that is His Holiness, wishes. Other than that, very crucial thing that is that for as quick as possible, that anyway, the official people of mainland China, the political leaders of the mainland China, able to able to change their mind quickly, able to able to realize that is Buddha compassion, embodiment of all the Buddha's compassion, to realize that, and that there's no slightest thought to harm to them, to the sentient beings. To realize, to be able to recognize that, and to generate very strong devotion, and to devote and to do exactly what His Holiness wishes them to devote, or them to act is exactly what His Holiness wishes to say. That and to recognize that way, in that way, to recognize what they have been believing. Their way of looking at His Holiness as an ordinary political leader, as a worldly political leader, somebody has a discriminating thoughts, you see, ordinary political leader. So to somebody who has thought of harm to sentient beings, or to them. So to realize that it was for them to realize that was totally wrong. For them to recognize that was their view was totally wrong. You see, to realize that ordinary political leader, political leader in the sense, you see, having discriminating thought, anger, attachment, like that. So you see, and thought of harm to them, so to realize that their view was totally wrong, and I think that's the whole point. To realize that their view was totally wrong. That's so many people in the office, so many people, even the ordinary or the top leaders, had this wrong view. That is, it's not that's politics, and so therefore it's not a religious person. It's like that. Even the Chinese abbots, even they think that way. So not everybody, but I don't know how they define Dharma and politics. I don't know how they define. I think that the best political person is Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha is the best political person. But His Holiness, it's the same. Shakyamuni Buddha is the best political. Best political being, because he is the most expert to liberate sentient beings. Most expert, most skillful one to cause, most skillful one to guide sentient beings. She's the best political. You see, who has all the skills to benefit for sentient beings. So this, you see, and there's no harm, only benefit. You see that. So it's a question of method. You see here, the method is only benefit of sentient being, no harm. So anyway, I don't know how they define. Anyway, so anyway, the whole thing depends on to eliminate the wrong views, to realize the way they have been believing towards recognition that was totally wrong. Because they don't come to see His Holiness, to communicate, to talk, to learn who He is, So there's no, so then cannot say understand. So recently, one very wealthy Chinese person from Hong Kong, whose family built largest statue of Bodhisattva, I think, in China, who built the largest statue. Say no. Build or who is building, who sponsored the build. They announced, I think 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years, the Chinese announced, mainland China announced that through BBC that announced that they're building bigger statue than in the one which is going to build in India. So which is Maitreya with the statue. So they're going to build how many feet? Few feet higher than the. So they announced through BBC. Anyway, the son of the family, he had ideas what people in China they think of business. Had some comments, so I was very happy to hear that. And he has respect to business. He's a peace leader in the world. He's the peace leader in the world, so therefore he should have a long life. That's what he said. So I was very happy. So I said that you should all your comments you must inform to listeners that it would make listeners very happy. So we made the arrangement. He didn't ask for in the interview, but we made the arrangement and he did meet listeners. So I spent 1 hour talking about. Spend 1 hour informing about his views, what people think. And then he was totally convinced, because he actually talked. So he was totally convinced that after he came back, when I met him, he was totally convinced that he's a great holy being. After seeing, and he totally convinced. But he was actually come out as a Kalu Rinpoche student, Tibetan Buddhist, follower of Tibetan Buddhism, 20 years. But he'd never met His Holiness. I think he attended a long time ago talk in Canada somewhere. So then I asked him. So today I said, you made me much happier than you. They gave me billions of dollars. He said, so he went to mainland China, and he told his friend about His Holiness. So he told me that he was completely convinced that he's a great holy being. So, never what people think political or somebody will talk to harm or so he went to mainland China and he told. I think it's one of the oldest, probably, family in Hong Kong. So he told in China one of his friends. So the minute when he told, his own experience, and the other person totally convinced. The other person totally changed the mind. You see, the way the other person used to think of His Holiness totally changed after this. Chinese man from Hong Kong, he expressed, after he expressed his own feelings, then the other Chinese person, immediately changed, convinced that His Holiness is not like that. So that's what is needed. All those who have power, So anyway. So I asked him. So I told him that made me very happy. That is more. I said, of course, there's great. Of course, as a Maitreya project has been delayed longer and longer. It's been a very hard time. So many obstacles delayed for such a long time. Have a lot of struggle. But anyway, as to it's not that I didn't need financial support, but I told him that because you are convinced that a person, you see, by explaining his own experience, the other person totally convinced that he's a great holy being. So I told him that better than that you're giving me billions of dollars, and So I request him, please continue that. That you must continue all the time to explain the people there in China. It's not like that. So then he said, "Oh, this is my what is it?" So there was a term that he used. Anyway, then he said, "Oh, this is my job. This is what he was saying. So this is my job. So this is my job." He's something that he said to explain to other people in mainland China, his friends, other business people in China. So that. So anyway, so I'm just side talk. Blah blah blah. So the point with this retreat, so we dedicate the retreat that the people in mainland China, the political people in mainland China, to be able to change their concept, the impure or negative concept towards His Holiness, to change that, to change that immediately and to devotion, realizing that His Holiness is a Buddha compassion, embodiment of all the Buddha's compassion like that, jealousy and embodiment of all the Buddha's compassion like that, and devote exactly what His Holiness wishes. However, invite His Holiness in mainland China, and then all the billions of people there to receive Dharma and enjoy the happiness of sun shining in mainland China, as well as then give the total freedom of the gift country back to Tibetan people as well, and His Holiness continues to be the leader. And however, to spread Dharma, preserve Dharma, spread Dharma in Tibet, then have enjoy the sunshine of the Dharma happiness by the Tibetan people. So even more than before, and in that way, the Buddhism to spread and to last a long time in this world. So anyway, so retreat is also should dedicate for that. That's very urgent. I think that's very urgency to have a quick change, so that. When I saw all these millions of people everywhere demonstrating for America, the United States making war to Iran, I thought that many people, if they did demonstration for Tibet, you see how it would be so good. I mean, so the mainland China do have that many millions of people. If they did that for many parts of the world, then definitely they have to do something. So I was thinking that, wishing that, why, didn't happen that. So I was listening to BBC. So they always give a number. If you have any ideas, you can say. So I thought, maybe first to start to say something about war, but actually make comments, maybe that many people they could help. Similarly, if they can demonstrate, help for Tibet. and to say something. I thought to say something about Tibet that here. That it has been a country which only concentrated on Dharma, no politics, only concentrated on Dharma, and main effort put in the Dharma, the spiritual teachings of Buddha to preserve, to develop. So it has been unknown to the not like other country developing material external things and the political side, not even like that, unknown to the world how much it suffered, all that you see from some years. So that I don't know number. There's certain number how many Tibetans were killed. There are statistics. I don't know, but I thought to ask if I do something, say something. I thought to find out that and to mention those things. But anyway, I thought just thought came, but didn't happen exactly. Something needs something need to do something and something need something to do a very effective way that to the point, very effective thing, to the point. I mean, because you can do demonstrations here and there, but I think need something very effective to the point where the blockage is, release that. Something, I say, of course, it become more and more known to the world, by putting informations and, I say, demonstrates here and there, or explaining torture and these things, but something to do, that quick way, most effective ways. Anyway, so we should dedicate our retreat for that, and the next thing we should dedicate a retreat for the world peace, for the overall, the whole world peace. Dedicate that. And then also, if you can also dedicate, include the Maitreya project, to be able to start and as good as possible and continue complete, and to be able to last for millions of years in this world, and the main benefit of the statue to be able to cause generate loving kindness, compassion, inspiration, this in the hearts of all the sentient beings. The main benefit, so the main function, that then able to. Of course, if this happens, then there's a prosperity in the hearts of the sentient beings. When there's this prosperity, is inner prosperity, this loving and compassion, bodhicitta in the hearts, then external prosperity, no economical problems, no money, no economical problems, prosperity enough, no recession, no economic problems. Everything's plenty. So that no economic problem in the world. So outer prosperity. So that happens. If there's inner prosperity, outer happens, because inner prosperity is the cause. The loving kindness, compassion, the good heart. Then one practice charity. So one practice giving. That thought will benefit others and collect so much merit. So therefore, as a result, external prosperity, all the difficulties that in the world get stopped. And then that helps to not have war, to not have sicknesses, because you don't create. Because with a good heart, and you don't create. You don't harm others, don't harm yourself. So you only create a good karma. So therefore, so therefore you don't. So therefore, the sicknesses and the famines and all the. Including the dangerous fire, water, earthquakes, that doesn't happen. So there's so much peace and happiness in the world. So that, anyway, the conclusion to bring sentient beings, able to cause sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible by the project. And then as well as. Then as well as here, but you can center here, and then all the rest of the FPMT projects, centers, whatever project each center has, to be succeed immediately by receiving all the needs, like that. You see, but then perfectly qualified teachers, Dharma teachers, and as well as the needs translators, then all the financial needs, whatever other needs, to receive immediately, like that. So that to be most beneficial for all sentient beings. So now, so how we begin with Bodhicitta, dedicated for all sentient beings, and also at the end also we dedicate merits for all the sentient beings to achieve enlightenment. So that's like that in every session. Even though there was no plan to do generally the great initiation, only the Kadampa for deities initiation, the Janang, but I thought to do this in case there's some people who are, even though those who are not doing retreat but just coming for the Janang, to receive Janang, in case they haven't received great initiation before, neither have tantra nor lower tantra. So for them to be qualified to receive the Kadampa for deities Janang, and as well as if there are some people who are going to do retreat but haven't received great initiation as foundation. So for them to be qualified to do the, otherwise you can't visualize yourself as deity. You have to visualize in the front, but you can't visualize yourself as deity. Permitted to do that. So then you actually can't do tantric practice. The fundamental tantric practice generating oneself as deity. You can't do the practice. meditate on the path that which is which is similar to the four purified result. The meditate on the path, which is harmonized or similar to the four purified result. So, which makes to achieve enlightenment in one lifetime. It makes to achieve enlightenment quicker than the parameter Mahayana, the parameter and the path, which takes 3 countless great eons to achieve enlightenment. So you can't do the practice such as visualizing mandala and visualizing the by disturbing the ordinary appearance of the place, then pure appearance there in the mandala. Similar when you become enlightened, place when you become enlightened, the place a pure appearance, mandala, and the visualize oneself as deity, similar to when you become enlightened, your body, the Vajra holy body, the Buddha, and your actions, and then similar to the when you become enlightened, the pure action of the Buddha, liberating the sentient beings, enlightening the sentient beings, and then your enjoyment similar to the pure. When you become Buddha, having pure enjoyments. So you cannot do these practices that makes swiftly that causes swiftly to achieve enlightenment. Oneself swiftly to achieve enlightenment. So like that. So hopefully. Anyway, so then hopefully then to the initiation every morning. Hopefully to do the 4 Kadampa deities in the afternoon tomorrow. So hopefully to do everything tomorrow. So so I think I'm going say in the Lama Tsongkhapa's the graduate Tangtripada, it is explained that in order to receive jhana, first you need to receive great initiation. Permission to practice of deity, you need to receive a great initiation. Without that, you don't actually receive jhana, permission to practice and to the meditation recitation of the deity. So that's why usually, like His Holiness Rinpoche, His Holiness Dalai Lama, His Holiness Rinpoche, when they give long life initiation or the jhanas, so normally they emphasize that, those who haven't received initiation, they should not visualize oneself as deity. So pacified during that time. Of course, depending on their devotion, disciples' devotion, depending on the Lama's qualities, or concentration, power, concentration, support, qualities, of course, do receive a blessing, but not actual jhana, permission to practice. It is said that you receive like gago. Gago is when somebody is sick, has spirit harm or obstacle. Then there's meditation. Even other person doesn't do the meditation. The Lama does visualization. Generally, the other person deity and do visualize the Vajra armor and you see protect from harms. So like that, you see, the person receive blessing, dependent, Lama's the concentration like that, but not actual, jhana, permission to practice, so like that. So, so at this time, we have received perfect human body, which is extremely rare to find. First of all, just to be human being is extremely rare. Just to be human being, extremely rare, because that happens only if you have pure morality practiced before. As you need that cause, pure morality, not just to vow, but having practiced pure morality. Then only then you can have even just to be enough human to be human being. Just enough to be a human body. You see. Even just ordinary human body. You see. Now, not only that, this time have received human body, precious human body. Because the number is so little, even just ordinary human body. You see, that's very little number. Anyway, I'm not going to go through that. As it is mentioned, the lam-rim teachings that, the size of big earth, and if you scratch, maybe it depends on how long nail you have, that if you scratch on the ground, then how much dust you can get between nails. So just to be human being is number is so little. Buddha gave example like this. And then number of the lower realms, like the atoms of the earth, size of this earth, like that. So anyway, like that, so little. And then, so therefore it's just a human being, body is precious. Because, but why, anyway, like that. So anything, say, like diamond, gold, precious, because it's it's not that many as in rocks or the rocks or the other things, plastic. No, so it's very rare. So therefore it's rare because it costs a lot. So it's called precious. So so that human being. So now on top of that, this time human being body that we have is qualified with 8 freedom tendencies. 18 very precious qualities. Let's see. With each one, with each quality, with each freedom, with each endowment or the richness, you can achieve 3 great meanings: happiness, future lives, and liberation from samsara, and full enlightenment with each of these qualities of the freedom or richness. You see, so 18 very precious. This is qualified. This present precious human body, which is even much more rare. Than general ordinary human bodies. We have received that, and then also have met not just have met Buddha Dharma, but complete Buddha Dharma. Paramit, not just to achieve means not just path to achieve liberation, but to achieve minor. You see, the paramit path to achieve enlightenment, all that and tantra. The particular the common the paramedic part in particular the tantra teachings one has met the whole entire Dharma, without missing. One has met that which is extremely most rare and then a virtuous friend, the actual Buddha, the generosity, so we have in the human form, we actually met, and not only met, but have received teachings, initiations. It is mind blowing. It is something that you can't believe. Something that you can't believe that this happened in this life. Hard to believe, how. Anyway, so this time, while we have received all the necessary conditions to practice Dharma and devoid of the obstacles, so this time, and this doesn't last long. This is not forever, and this can be ended any time. Because death can happen and it can occur in any day, in any minute. It can happen. So therefore, must make sure immediately, without delay, to have not without being reborn in the lower realm, to have the body of the happy transmigrated beings. To achieve, make sure to, whenever the death happens, to make sure, guarantee, make sure to have that. And that alone is not sufficient. Even one achieve that is not sufficient, because we can see it, we have received human body this time, but born in human realm, but constantly we are attacked by the suffering of pain and suffering of changes, the samsaric pleasure, which is the only nature of suffering. That which is only nature of suffering. That feeling which is only suffering, but hallucinated as a pleasure, labeled as a pleasure, like that. And Therefore, why Buddha said in the Mindfulness Sutra, in the samsara, wherever you are, there's no happiness. It's just like sitting on the tip of the needle. So, the reason is that what ordinary people, what common people believe pleasure is the pleasure that what they attempt or what they're looking for, the samsara, which is samsara pleasure. In the reality, which is only if it is examined, if it's analyzed, it's only you discover, you realize it's only suffering, and then also, pervasive compounding suffering. So this, which is this aggregates, contaminated seed of disturbing thoughts and being able to control karma and delusion, contaminated seed of disturbing thought, so pervaded by suffering like this, they were to see him, even we have taken human rebirth, so they were rebirth same, formless realm, and the samsara realm, all those aggregates caused by karma and delusion, contaminated seed of disturbing thought, so natural suffering, pervaded by suffering, and compound future suffering, future birth, because the seed of delusion there. So therefore, we are not, so we constantly, so therefore from beginningless samsara life, rebirth, from beginningless samsara rebirth up to now, we did not have even 1 minute, we didn't have even 1 minute, 1 second break from the suffering of samsara. We never had even 1 minute, second break, holiday from samsara suffering. You see, constantly tormented by this. Even the times where there's no suffering or pain, but tormented by suffering or changes, even the times where there's no suffering or changes, but by pervasive compounding suffering. So therefore, our continuation, our suffering didn't have beginning. So therefore, this time, we have all the opportunities to practice path to end the suffering of samsara, to end. You see, by ceasing the cause, the delusion karma. However, even so, must achieve this in this life. Then, but even we able to achieve this alone is not sufficient. So this is just seeking happiness for oneself. So this is alone. So the attitude, seeking happiness for oneself, even the tiniest insect, the tigers and pigs and crocodiles and what else? The tiniest, the tiniest insect, the very tiniest insects that only you can see through machines. So those tiny ones on the dam, living on the dam wood, we say damp bamboo, the tiny. Anyway, even they have this thought seeking happiness for oneself. So therefore, that doesn't make any special. That attitude doesn't make our human rebirth anything special. You see, no difference from those insects. So therefore, and also not only that. Not only that, cherishing the I is opening door for all the problems, all the obstacles, all the undesirable things, and then the cherishing others is the source of all the happiness. The opening the door for all the happiness for oneself. As I mentioned before, you see. Moment to moment, day to day, moment to moment, peace and happiness. When we generate this thought, when we transform our mind into this, and then you see, up to enlightenment, all the happiness, all the one achieve from this, bodhicitta. From your bodhicitta, and from your bodhicitta, you see, numberless sentient beings, they receive happiness, all the happiness from your bodhicitta. And so now, so we put this way. So now, if we generated bodhicitta, you see, if we generated bodhicitta, see, if we change our mind, our attitude, like Guru Shakyamuni Buddha did, like Maitreya Buddha did, if we change our mind like them, then we would have enlightened already, and then numberless sentient beings who are dependent to you to receive teachings or to be guided. You see, who are dependent to you. You see, the numberless sentient beings who are dependent to you to receive guidance, they would have been enlightened already. The numberless hell beings, numberless hungry ghosts, numberless animals, numberless human beings, sura beings who are unimaginably suffering now, they would have enlightened already. But because we did not change our attitude, so you see, keeping the ego, self-cherishing thought in our heart, follow it and never changed. So therefore, that these numberless sentient beings are still suffering, of each realm, still suffering unimaginably. So therefore, see, Guru Shakyamuni Buddhas, Maitreya Buddha, so forth, they changed their attitude long and considerably years ago, and already enlightened numberless sentient beings, and every day, every hour, minute, second, they are enlightened numberless sentient beings, bringing them to enlightenment. So like that. So therefore, can't wait, can't stand, can't wait. It's so unbearable. Can't wait. How urgency it is, which the numberless other beings, they're suffering, who are dependent to you, to receive guidance. So we can understand the example, how many sentient beings there are, who are dependent to you to receive guidance. For example, in this life, after we met Dharma, and then how many, many of us, we can use that example. How many people have met Dharma by your talking to the people? Then only then they met Dharma. Even though they are numberless Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, but only after what they met you, hearing teachings about meditation, then they get inspired and they continue to learn, and follow the path. So how many people happen? So that is an example. So there are numberless other sentient beings, so who are dependent to you, who are to receive guidance and to teach enlightenment. So therefore, need to generate bodhicitta. Without delay, even a second. Like that. Like that. And then, so the need to let go I and cherish sentient being, gentle bodhicitta. So like that. Can't wait. Can't delay. Unbearable to delay even a second, minute, second, like that. Not only that, then all one's own past, present, future, happiness, including realization, path, enlightenment, everything came from came from one's own virtuous action, and one's own virtuous action is the action of Buddha. Buddha came from Bodhisattva came from Bodhicitta came from great compassion. And great compassion is generated by depending on the existence of the obscure suffering sentient beings. Then every one of them, by depending on every one of obscure suffering sentient beings, including the person who abuse you or who whom one call enemies, harms you. So including that. So therefore, all one's own past, present, future happiness, everything we receive by kindness of every single hell beings, every single hungry ghost, every single animals, every single human beings, every single sura asuras, intimate stage. So every one of them. So, for example, every person here is the most precious one. Every person who's here in the tent, most precious one in the one's own life. So like that, all the rest of the human beings. So like that, all the rest of the sentient beings, every single insect that is running, moving on the ground, on the plants, see, the most precious one in one's own life. So like that. Nothing more precious. Even Buddha Dharma Sangha came from them. That we may pray with the refuge came from them. So that even the 3 jewels, most precious Buddha Dharma Sangha came from sentient beings. So therefore the sentient beings, every single hell being so precious, most precious one. Then hungry goes animals, all that. Most precious one. So therefore, in my life, there's nobody to cherish other than nobody to cherish except only the sentient beings. In my life, there's nobody to work for except only the sentient beings. And what they want is the happiness. What they do not want is suffering. So therefore, I should free them from all the suffering causes and bring them to enlightenment. So even that, from my side, even that is so for the success of that, I need to achieve full enlightenment. For the success of that, I need to achieve full enlightenment. So even that, from my side, you see, to achieve, to bring the sentient beings to enlightenment. So need to achieve enlightenment for that success. From my side, that you see, it is need, you see, to say, even I have to suffer in the hell realm for eons, equaling number of the atoms of this earth, even that much I have to suffer for, you see, sentient beings to achieve enlightenment. From my side, I can do that. As far as in my case, from my side, I can do that. But the sentient beings being samsara, you see, suffering so unbearable, can't stand. So the say even so 1 day or even an hour, minute, so unbearable. It's like suffering for eons. So therefore, I must bring them in full enlightenment as quick as possible. So therefore, I need to achieve enlightenment quickly. So therefore, what makes possible what makes possible to achieve enlightenment quickly is only by practicing Tantra. The Mahayana Sutra, Paramedic path, doesn't have the skill, doesn't offer the method to achieve enlightenment. You have to collect meditation for 3 counts, great eons. It doesn't offer the method to achieve enlightenment quickly. By practicing Tantra, then one can achieve enlightenment quickly. One can, you see, without need to collect merit for that many eons. So therefore, then, in order to practice Tantra path, what qualifies to mentor Tantra path is only by taking the great initiation. So therefore, then I'm going to take the generous great initiation like that. And how then the other thing is that so as I mentioned now and before, so how crucial it is to generate compassion, to develop, that all your happiness, and then all the success of all the sentient beings, they're receiving all the happiness from you. That depends on your compassion. So therefore, just meditate, just knowing the teaching, meditation technique, and doing meditation on that, not that alone is not enough. One should receive the blessing of the special deity of compassion. Then receiving blessing of special deity of compassion, and then maintaining on the path. Then only then one can have realization. So therefore, the generosity, the compassion are looking, that's a special state of compassion. So the main purpose of reciting Om Mani Padme Hum, the mantra, main purpose, that is to develop compassion towards all the living beings, which leads to realization bodhicitta. So and this so our was mentioned recently somewhere, I don't remember. So the recitation of Om Mani Padme Hum, not only the human being should do, anybody who want happiness, then should recite Om Mani Padme Hum, should recite, do the meditation of generosity. Not only human beings. That is something that even the animals, dogs and cats, or the sheep, or even the animals, it is something that even they should recite if their body allows. If their body has capacity, even they should recite Om Mani Padme Hum. It is something like that, because need happiness, desiring for happiness is there. So since you're desiring happiness, and must recite Om Mani Padme Hum, chanting mantra, and especially if one desires happiness, one must practice compassion. So then, and then especially for that, one must recite the compassion Buddha mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, that which is cherished by all the Buddhas, which is cherished by all the Buddhas like their heart. Wishful feeling, most precious thing. The Om Mani Padme Hum. So now to do in order to receive the initiation, they need to preparation. So they were the preparation, which means examination, or checking the disciple with his obstacle to receive initiation, or like that, different ways of checking. However, so for that, then there's earth ceremony, preparation ceremony, actual ceremony, things like that. So the preparation, the ceremony, that is from the Dalai Lama, then the sadhana, and then blessing of us. Then there's earth goddess ceremony. Then the ceremony of the mandala deities. The vase, the ceremony of vase that I mentioned before. Then now the ceremony of the disciple. The ceremony of the preparation of the earth goddess, mandala, preparation of the mental deities, ceremony of that. Then vase, and then the ceremony, the preparation of the disciple. So that. So while I'm doing the gactors, then you generate. Keep the mind in that continuation, the strong bodhicitta, like that. To take this preparation for beneficent beings like this.